Hello, welcome. It's Esther here with another video for Elizabeth Craft Designs. And in this video, I am going to show you the new collection I created. It's a really colorful collection. Can't wait to show it to you. It's a little bit bigger than usual, but that's just because I couldn't stop. I mean, I was working on a set and then I was thinking, okay, let's add this element, let's add that element. So it's a little bit bigger, but it's really fun and versatile for you to use. So I am going to turn around the camera and I'm going to show you all the cool things from the new collection, which by the way is called La Dolce Vita. So I'm going to turn around the camera now so you can join me. Okay, so here we are. Let me put this one aside. As you can see, bright colors, fun colors, new planners, new paper, die sets, and stamp sets. So it's a complete collection again. And I hope you are going to like it as much as I do. Now, let me start with those planners, the planner covers. Very cool colors, one in teal, a little bit aqua teal color, and one in purple. The purple one is pretty cool with lime green inside, on the inside. So how cool is that? And this one has printed numbers. So, and it's the same color on the inside, but only a different pattern. So these are the new planners and a matching paper pack. As you can see, it really goes along really well together. So I'm going to put these aside for now. Let me see, I'm going to put them here and I'm going to quickly show you the paper pack. It's 12 by 12 inch or 30 by 30 centimeters. Um, Lots of colors which you can combine into the planners. If you do have another color of planner, you can use it also, so that's no problem. And some fun cutting elements again. So let's start on the back of the packaging. So the back, you can always cut those elements too. Some nice cards to use. And I am quickly showing you all the designs I made. Of course, lots of stuff to cut. Very nice labels. You can use them for journaling or add pictures on them. The numbers 1 up to 31. So you can make, for example, a whole month planner, a flower design, a little bit more neutral, but there is some kind of pattern in there. Lime green, big bulky numbers, more things to cut out, more labels, also some circle ones, and the little sentiments. You know, the Dymo tape style. I made all kinds of sentiments which you can use, for example, for holidays and things like that. Uh, some vintage ephemera in the background on this one. The same one in green, lime green, a little bit more purple, vintage book paper, vintage text, ephemera, and some botanical elements. So this is the complete paper pack. So really fun to use and it goes really well with the planners. So let me put those aside. And then I will be moving on to the die sets. I also do have some samples which I'm going to show you, and I am going to do a quick demo by the end of the video. So there are 6 die sets, 4 stamp sets, and the first one is this one, number 2171. It's a frame page with some flowers. So you can see the frame over here, and let me get the samples right away so I can show it to you. Here are some samples. So what you see over here, it's a half page, but it has a different placement of the holes where you put it into your binder. So you can see over here, oh, it's more, has a different shape instead of a straight line. Also, you can make those frames. That's this part over here. As you can see here, these are all made by cutting out the frames. If you're not cutting out the frame, so this part, if you're not using it, then it will give you a solid page. So it's the same one, same shape, but you can decorate it in a different way if you want to. But those samples are all made with the frames cut out by and using the flowers. So it's a really versatile set. What's on the back? No, that's a different one. um, Let me see what she put in here. No, nothing there to show to you, but a really fun page to use. This is a really cool element too. I'm not sure if I'm going, no, I'm not going to show it in this video. I will do that later in another video. You can do pretty cool things with this element too. This one, it does have some wording, some sentiments. I made this for you so you can see it a little bit better on the video because the words, when you buy a die set, it's always mirrored, because of the die cutting. So here you can see all the words which are in the set. So words like hello, let's go, summer vibes, photo, good life, etc., etc. And I added a few extra letters, which means that you have the complete alphabet. So you can make any word you want. So by adding just a few extra elements or extra letters, sorry, it will give you the full alphabet. So that's also included in this set. So really fun one to use. So that was set number one. Moving over to two, and as you can see, the set itself is already some larger than usual because of the arrows and all the elements I wanted to include in this set. I am grabbing the samples now. I do have a few over here. So you can see these are arrows which you can use on a full-size page. If you want, you can also use them in a sidekick, but then you probably have to adjust them a little bit. So you see a lot of arrows with frames you can cut out. So you can add pictures in there, or you can put back the flowers and layer them. Here's another really fun element, which I'm showing you here. Oh, you see the arrows are separately from the card itself, so you can always slide something under there. And it's the same one over here. I'm not sure, I think it's Ingrid who made this. So you see, you can slide something underneath those arrows. So just a little extra in the set. I also made this one for you so you can see what's in it. So here you see a large set die, sorry, without the holes. Here's one with the holes, so you can put it into your journal. This one you can glue on top of everything. You can also use it for card making, a flower design which you can use inside of the arrows. There's one here. If you're not using this flower, you can cut it out just like a frame, so you can add pictures, some extra flowers as elements, and some sentiments also. So a really fun set again to use in your journal. And is there another sample? No, that's from a different. Oh, yes, this is a really fun one too. You can also make a mini book out of it. So just imagine you are using multiple of these. You have a mini journal. Put in some rings and you can add pictures as you wish. Here's another one I made, um, adding those three on top of each other. And as you can see, here are the ones with the three rings. So these go into your binder in your journal. And this one is quite a little bit larger and it fits exactly in between those other ones. So, but for example, you can always use this one and glue it on the top or at the bottom of your page. Yeah, that's all up to you. Okay, and this one, yeah, I already showed to you. Now, this is a pretty cool one, a stencil alphabet. I do have two samples over here. So there's not much to say about an alphabet, but this one has all the letters of the alphabet and also the numbers 0 up to 9. So over here you can see it a little bit better, and over here you can see them on a page where I've been using them. So these are the letters, and over here you can see all the numbers too. And now this is a pretty cool one made by Marie Claire, black and white of course, and you see how much fun it is to use this alphabet. It's quite a large set too, but oh so much fun to use it. So this is for this set. Putting this one aside. Now another very cool one is this one. Over here you see different elements, and you probably notice these are pockets. This is a little card, but this one might look a little bit strange. So I am going to put this one aside and show you a little bit more. These are all pockets, flip-flop thingies, which you can use and combine all together. There are some fun extra elements like bottles, a water bottle, wine glass, a beer glass, some extra foam for on the beer, reinforcers and labels. So I'm going to show you some samples we made with this one. Let me see. Here we go. The idea of these little cards is from Ingrid. She made one, and I was thinking, okay, why didn't I think of this myself? So let me show you one which I made with this set. Well, I all made them with this set, but now you can see what it looks like. So you can use it different ways. So here's a little pocket, and you see this part over here, that's this die. And there's also a stamp set which has a couple of those sentiments which you can stamp just around this thumb notch. That's what you call it, I believe. So you see the label, one of the labels is over here. That's probably this one. This is also from the new stamp sets. Going to show that to you later. Did this one go in here? Yes, because I just opened it up. Here we go. So you can close it again if you want. Now here's another card in the back of this one. And you will also see the same one from this side. So I did put in some acetate in there, alcohol ink, and then used one of the stamps on top and the same stamp, but then turned upside down on the paper card in there. So these are really fun to use, and you can make these in so many different ways. Let me show you one more. This is this one. I only did not use the star, and I did cut the pocket first, and then I used the card to cut it again. So that way it will give you this card with this circle in there. I hope that makes sense. Here's another one, not finished yet. I can put something in there. Also maybe nice to put pictures in there or do some journaling. Also with stamps from the stamp set, and this is again this piece. So when you see it this way, you might be thinking, what's that? But it does have two little holes in there, so you can make a string closure like this. So that's for that one. I do have another one. I couldn't stop making those, you know, it's so much fun. And you see here the pocket again, there's nothing in there yet. I used a large label, this one here, on the top and on the back side. And there's nothing here yet because I might want to glue this down in my journal and put something in there. This is just for fun. Because I think that's a shame if you put it in your journal because of the nice background. But if you want to use it in your journal, don't put anything on the back. Um, at least that's my opinion. Now here's another one which I have been using in combination with some blue cardstock from the Reminiscence book. So also a pocket and some flaps which I can use in my journal later on. And here are three together on a full-size page. And let me show you what's in the back. No, I'm not going to show you the back. I'm only going to show you this side. So you see there are two of those next to each other, and then there's one of those. And they all have this card in there. And later on, I am going to add pictures in my journal. Um, so I can use them for journaling or indeed for pictures. So that's this really cool set. Now another set, pockets again. I'm completely into the pockets at the moment. This one has two pockets. Now I see you thinking, okay, pockets again, but I think they're pretty special because you can glue them on top of each other. You can do that probably with any other pocket too, but I think this is really fun. And it has a complete alphabet inside and a very cool distressed border, which you can use, well, on many, many projects. For cards, in your journaling or in your mixed media book maybe. So here you can see one of the pockets on top of a full-size page. So this is the large one. As you can see here, this is the element, the leftover piece from die cutting the letters over here. So this alphabet has multiple letters. So you have 3 times the A, 2 times the B, C. So the clinkers, I don't know how to say it in English, but the letters like A, E, O, they're all in there 3 times. Also with a complete set of numbers. So that's also something extra in this set. This little big number 3 I cut out from the paper pack, and this also comes from the paper pack, of course. Here you can see, let me see, I used the two pockets on top of each other on one page. So you can see here I added a large tag in the back. I did cut out the bottom of the large one, and then you can slide the large tag uh, underneath, and it goes into 2 pockets. This one is a little bit shorter, and that one goes in the smaller pocket. And then here I used the top of a tag and made another pocket in it there. So that's 2 on top of each other, and then turning it around. These are also on top of each other, but in a different way. You mean this one is at the bottom of the page, at the top of the page, and these 2 are really on top of each other. It's a little bit strange, but I think you know what I mean. So I'm going to take these tags out, and you probably will see it a little bit better. So this is the small one here, and that one is on top of the large pocket. So, and you can see here some pieces from the packaging, the front of the packaging from the paper pack, the little distressed border with all the holes in there. So I'm going to put those back in. So really fun set to use too, the one with the pockets. Oh, over here you can see all the elements, sorry. Oh, I'm now seeing that I'm moving a little bit too much out of the center. So here you can see the 2 pockets, the full alphabet, the numbers, some extra decorative elements, the strip, maybe like this. It's a little bit more better for you to see, and 2 paper clips. So that one goes with this one. A special set with more postage stamps. So you probably remember the full-size postage stamp page we did um, earlier this year. Now we came up with, or I came up, postage stamp strips. So they are attached to each other, just like you could, no, how do you say it? Let me think. Just like you bought stamps previously, when you could buy stamps before all the digital stuff. Um, and I added some really fun labels, measurements. So I'm going to show you a couple of them, and this is such a versatile set to use. So many things you can do with it. I'm only going to show you a few samples now. So what you do, you die cut those strips, and it will give you strips like this, like postage stamps. So try it on different kinds of paper, and just use whatever works best for you. Then you can do some inking, stamping, and these are really, really great to use in your projects. So it doesn't matter if you're a card maker or a journaler or a mixed media artist, these ones are so cool to use for everybody. Uh, over here you can see all those smaller elements, because there's always space left when I'm designing a set. And I'm trying to fill it up as much as possible so you will get the most value for money. So you can see here little labels, sorry, um, with the measurements, the USA measurements, I think it is. So it's 3/8 of an inch, 1/3, 1/2, 3 3 1/4, infinity signs, some arrows. Oh, I'm going to show you this way. This is not the actual size, but that's because it didn't fit into my printer. So here you can see the elements which are in there, and really fun to use as embellishments in your journal, in your artwork, or on your projects. I do have a few more here. Oh, here's a little strip with some of the stamps. Here you can see the stamps in the background combined with the new alphabet, the stencil alphabet. Yeah, that's that one. And over here, another strip with the postage stamp. So pretty cool to use. Now, this is the complete set with the stamps, which are suitable for your postage stamp strips. But of course, you can use any other stamp on them too. So you can see the prints over here, and this is of course the complete set, but it's almost a little bit better to show it this way so you can see what the stamps look like when you have been stamping them. So you might look familiar, this one. I shrunk her a little bit, so you can now use her on a stamp too. These are also from a previous set, but I think a little bit smaller. And it's really nice to combine the smaller ones with the previous ones if you also have those. So I always like to try and combine sets together, previous older sets with newer releases. So yeah, that way yeah, it's more versatile to use. Then there are three different sets. This one is holiday travel theme. So as you might know already, I like to combine the vintage elements from vintage labels, vintage ephemera, which I found on markets when I am on the hunt, treasure hunting. And I like to combine them with new and more modern yeah, words. And over here you see four stamps which you can use on the pocket I showed you before. Where is it? Oh, this one. You see, this has the same shape over here. So that's where you can use those. And this was the travel set. Then we have one which I called the bookstore, a little lovely girl reading a book. Here's a customer voucher, Lyrish Bookstore, but you can write down and use this for journaling if you want what happened on a certain day. Some vintage stamps, newer ones which you can use. Also put in read this, and maybe then you can write down the name or a date. So a very fun set to use. And this one, by the way, comes with a matching die again. The other ones don't, because they don't have difficult ones, difficult objects to cut. But this one, the little girl, is more into the fussy cutting, so that's why there's a die on the back. So please mind, don't throw the packaging away before you removed the die. And last but not least, this one is called the Craft Store, and I made three little paint tubes, and also the paint tubes have a matching die. Now, this one is attached together, so you can cut them all out in one time. So you stamp it or die cut, and yeah, if you prefer stamping first and die cutting later, or die cutting first and stamping later, that's all up to you. Again, with some labels, some vintage stamps over here from old bookstores, old craft stores. Yeah, was this the craft store? Yes, yes, yes. Libraries, books, paints, oil, varnishes, and some newer text, and one which is La Dolce Vita, Creative Life. So if you want, you can also use La Dolce Vita on its own, and then you have to mask Creative Life, or you mask this and use only the word Creative Life. So that's quite a lot of talking. I'm going to put everything aside, yes. Uh, get a little drink because I'm going to do a lot of talking. Let me get a little bit of water, and um, I'm going to do a quick demo with the set. Oh, let me get it. Let me get it. Um, Here we go with this set. So I did cut out some extra elements, and you can see you can mix and match everything together. Some of them already have ink on them, the other ones don't. So I think I'm going to show you how to assemble one of those little folders, or and then you can see um, how you can do that. Because again, I can imagine that you think this is a strange item and you don't know what to do with it. So let me see. Which one shall we do? I think I will go for this one. It has some score lines, so it's really easy to fold it. Yeah, here we go. And you see, they have different sizes. So one is smaller, this one is a little bit wider. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to use it this way or this way, that's all up to you. Let me start by using some ink first. Um, I'm now thinking which side should I do? On the outside, or maybe I should take another one. I could also use this one. Let me see. I have no idea which one I'm going to use, so I'm just, oh, I do like this with the numbers too. You can turn it around, so whatever you feel like. They're also quite nice together, maybe. Glue them back to back. That's also possible. But I'm going to use this way. Okay, let me put on some ink to start with. And if you don't want to use ink, if you don't like it, then don't. But yeah, I'm always using ink to, yeah, give it a little bit distressed look. I'm going to do the inside too, or at least I'm not sure which side is going to be the inside or which side is going to be the outside. So just to make sure I am doing both ways. Okay, let me put this a little bit more to the side. So this one is my base. Now I want to make a pocket in there. Now you're looking for the piece you like most when combining papers together. So for example, if you like this, please do so. But to be honest, I don't like the circle in there. So I'm going to show you why. Because if you're going to put a circle in there, it's a little bit messy, you know. You have got two flaps and then also a part of the circle which shows through. So I am more into this one. Is there another one of the same? Oh, you see this? Might this look nice? Yeah, why not? Okay, I'm going to use this one and I am going to show you why. In the meantime, I am looking for my bone folder, but I don't see it. So let me grab something else. Now, as you may notice, this one is about the same size as the middle part of this. So what happens when you are going to fold it? It's too big. So you can do two things. You can make another score line in here. So that will make the bottom part a little bit wider. So if you like that, you can do so. You can trim off a little bit on the top. But what I like most, when that's what I found out after playing with them, I'm going to cut off a little bit of the bottom side. And I'm also going to cut off this. So it will get a little bit less thicker. And now I am looking for my small paper trimmer. Oh yes, here it is. So there are different options and you just can try and see what you like most. So I'm cutting off the folding part and a little bit of the bottom part also. And if it's not enough, then I just cut something off again. So now you're going to fold it and you see it's probably, well, it's okay this way. I thought it might be a little bit too long, but I think we're good. Now you say, okay, there's nothing here which keeps your pocket closed, but you can add a little bit of glue down there or a little bit of double-sided adhesive and nothing will fall out. And I think if you even don't put glue there, it doesn't fall out either, but just wanted to let you know. So ink it again. Sorry. And this might not be the best combination to do so. Most, oh, sorry, I'm talking too much, guys. um, but I think because all the papers come from the Dolce Vita collection, you will be fine. This is some paper pieces from what's it called? Paint on paper. It's from Clairefontaine, I think, the brown one. So, oh, it doesn't look that bad. I think I'm going to use it this way. Hmm. Okay, let me glue down this one first. I need to get some double-sided tape. Do I have some left? Yes, yes, yes. So let me do this first. If I can find the beginning. Yes. Oh, I'm sorry, my head is on camera, but otherwise I can't see what I'm doing. And if I'm putting it too close to myself, then you are not able to see it. So, okay. And I think I'm going to put some tape here too. Now, if you are gluing and you are using tape, you know when you glue it down, when it's stuck, it's stuck. You can't move it anymore. So what I would like to do, or what I like to do, is removing the backing paper and then add some liquid glue on top of the double-sided tape. So that way, and let me check, guys. Oh yes, I was afraid my camera wasn't running, and then I'm doing this and I have a useless video. So now I am adding a little bit of liquid glue on top of my double-sided tape. And that way it gives me the opportunity to move it around a little bit just in case I need to. And I am gluing, oops, I'm gluing it into this little fold element. Okay, here we go. So this one is okay. Now here is one of the cards. Well, this one is ready to go, so I can just slide it in there. You see? And if you are cutting a new one, it's probably a little bit too long. I'm going to show it to you. Oh, that's what's happening when you don't press your glue down quite well. Okay, part two. This one you should slide in and then you see it's too large. So just trim off a little bit down there and so it will make your card shorter. So it will go in there, I hope. Now maybe I should cut off a little bit extra on this one too. Okay, let me do so. I thought I already done that, but it looks I didn't. Here we go. Maybe just a little bit extra. And my glue still isn't dry because it takes a little bit longer probably in combination with the double-sided tape. Yeah, I'm checking it again. No, just a little bit extra. And this is a great space for journaling or adding a picture. Okay, here we go. Now it's in there. Now I can close this one up. But I was thinking of adding one of the labels. I think I'm going for this one. I do like it. And you see the hole here, so I have to pierce a new hole, but that's not such a problem. I can do that. Here we go. You can also do some stamping on here, just like you see over here on the samples. But I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just quickly showing you the base of how to assemble something like this. So you will see there's a label here too. Here's a label, some stamping. So that will be the end result. But I'm going to use those two little stars, and I hope I do have some circles here. Yes. There's one. And this one, this all comes from the same die set. Okay, these do need some ink. I do have my paper fasteners. Do need those too. Okay, there's nothing to tell about inking my elements, but okay. And I didn't see them already inked, so that's why I have to do it now. Okay, here we go. Here you see the hole which I just covered with the label, so I'm going to push something sharp in there. So like a paper piercer or your tweezers, or it doesn't matter as long as you can get through the paper. Use some paper fasteners. In Dutch, we call them splitpennen. So try to say it if you're from another country, splitpennen. Okay, turn it around, open those little legs. If they're a little bit too bumpy, just push them down to make them as flat as possible. So then I'm going to do the second one. And you can make combinations of those two elements. If you want to use the stars on their own or the circles on their own, of course, that's also possible. I think you can see the difference here. Yeah, here are the circles on their own. Here are is the combination circles. And I thought I also had one with the stars. Not sure where that one has gone, but is it here? Oh, yes, here it is. This one I've been using stars only. You see, stars on top and the bottom part. So now we are here. So you've got a pocket, you can close it. And now you can also add something on the back. I don't do the decoration now, but just going to show, oh, I'm going to take the circle one. That might be fun on the back. So again, look for the score lines. They are there. And then you can decide which side you want to show on the outside. So it's going to be the teal with green or the complete green. And I think I will go for that one. So I'm going to move these the other way around, fold them to the other side. And pretend this is my bone folder. And add some ink. Now, if you want, you can put acetate on the back of this, but you don't need to. You can. And I think I used acetate on this one, and it's probably, yeah, it's also over here. I think you can see it because it's a little bit shiny. And over here you can see it too. But for this one, I'm not going to use it. And also add some ink on this side, just to make it a more, yeah, make some more depth in your project, more like a shadow. Okay, and now the plan is to glue this one on top of the back of this little folder envelope thingy. Now again, let me fold it a little bit better because I want it to stick really well. Again, I'm using tape and a combination of wet glue. Or shall I try to do it with this only? No, I'm going to add some wet glue too. To be on the safe side, let me grab two clips. Let me see. So I can hold it down for a few minutes maybe. A large paper clip, you don't know if I might use it. So I think I'm going to put it this way. And which, no, this one is the top, so it needs to go that way, just in case you glue it down upside down. I don't want that. Okay, oh, let me remove the backing paper first. Here we go. Some wet glue. And then it's going to be on top of this one. Now I will hold it for a few seconds. I think it doesn't stick that quick, but give me a few seconds and hopefully it will stay there. Oh, it's not that bad. Well, in case you think it's getting loose again, just use some paper clips and hold it uh, for a few minutes. Okay, but now you know there's still a pocket on top here, so you can use one of the extra cards if you want to. Let me use this one. I will go for the top side, the front with the ledger paper. And this one, of course, you can use for journaling, add a picture, do some stamping. But again, I am not going to do the stamping because you already see all the samples here. And I don't want to make this video too long. So I'm taking this away again. Yeah, I think it's good. And now you can slide this one in here too, hopefully. And you see, this one doesn't mind that it's popping out because it's on the back. So now you can add some twine over here. Let me do that just to show you. Where are my scissors? Okay, here we go. Just, oops, adding a little bit of twine to make the final closure. And then you can close it this way. So you have a closure on this side, you have a pocket on the back side, and if you open this one up, you do have a pocket over here too. Now the last thing you can do is cover those pieces up, for example, with another label. I think I might do that, so I'm gluing down another label over there. Just make sure it covers up um, the paper pierce things, thingies, the split pennon. Okay, there's one here. And if you want, you can stamp or doodle or whatever you want to. And maybe I'm just going to use this one over here. Do I have something else? Maybe a star, which is obvious too big, but if you like it, you can trim off one of the legs of the star. They are probably not called legs, but and this might, oh, there's a half one here. Let me get this one. I think I will go for this one. I'm going to cut a little bit off. Maybe I should have been making this one a little bit darker, more ink, because these two are a little bit darker than this one. But okay, that's just a minor detail which I can change later on. So I'm going to glue this one down here. It's a little bit too big, so I'm going to trim this off. Just hold it for a few seconds and then turning it around. Some extra ink. And then it's looking really messy again on my work desktop, but okay. Putting everything aside, which I don't need anymore. So I'm going to show you what we have been doing so far. So this is from die set 2174. You can create all those lovely pocket thingies and use them in your journal if you want. Or any other project like cards, gift cards maybe. So this is the one we just did, or I just did. just to give you another idea and how you can work with this set. So that was my video for today. I hope you really like this new collection as much as I do, and I can't wait to see what you are all going to create with it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again really soon, somewhere online or in real life. So thanks again, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.